a mass message too. So like, I don't even think it was like for me personally or directly. Like I think it was like for like everybody on his contact list. So that makes it like even worse. It's like,
oh god.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know why people think that sending dick pics are cool. It's just not. It's like, it's never okay to do that.
Unless you're a skank and want that shit. But...
Yeah. I don't know who would ever, like, request that. Like, you have to be, like...
a porn star?
No, just, like, I don't know. I don't
A slut? People be home as slut?
Oh, yeah. For show.
People be home as slut?
I just went live for a sec so I can see if my XSplit's working properly. Show. I just went live for a sec so I can see if my XSplit's working properly. Show. People are so annoying. Like, I'm seriously, like, I'm going to do a video on Snapchat, and I'm just gonna be like, listen. People are so annoying. You all think that I seriously, like, I'm around all day. Do a video on Snapchat in underwears, listen, and with my finger on my ass or something. Like, I don't know what you think I do, but I don't. So when you, I mean, I don't know, literally, like, I just fucking picked my nose 5 minutes ago, but I don't. So, and I waved it on my fucking bed. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm joking. Like, that's gross. But I'm just saying, like, people think that I'm, like, so sexy. And I'm so, it's just like, okay, I'm joking. Like, that's gross. I really knew what I was like in person. That I'm, like, so sexy. Like, I like pretty much get marriage proposals on the day. Like, that's no joke. Like, I can screenshot them and you just be like, wowed by the shit that people actually say to me. Like, that's no joke. Like, I can screenshot them and you just it's just like, you just be like, wow, by the shit that people actually say to me. And I get people asking to see my feet a lot. Yeah, it's just like, you just be like, wow, by the shit that people actually say to me. And I get people asking to see my feet a lot. What? Like, who asks that? And I get people asking to see my feet a lot.
You know you should just find a feet, like a feet, put pic on Google and just go.
Do you remember when we did that with yours?
Yeah.
You sent me like a picture of like your feet, and we sent it. Who do we send it to? And we did that with yours. Like, send me a picture. You sent me like a picture of like your feet, and we sent it. Who do we send it to? Like, what do you do with said pictures of feet? Like, what do people do with them? Like, do they? Like, jerk off. Do with said pictures of feet? Like, what do people do with them? Like, do they? Like, can you just imagine someone laying there, like, looking at their phone? Or they probably go to, like, Walmart, go into, like, the place where you, like, take, you know what I mean? You stick your fucking SD card in and you, like, print off pictures and shit. The place where the photo, yeah. You know what I mean? Okay. Fuck, man, we're so, like, print off pictures and shit. Yeah, like I couldn't even remember what that was called. I haven't done it in so long. Okay. But anyways, they probably like blow it up to like to max size. Yo, can I get this foot picture? Man, what is your look? Can I have some Bristol board for this shit? Like they probably like blow it up to like and then they're like laying there on their bed with it like hanging on the wall. Man, what is your look? Can I have some Bristol board for this shit? Like they probably like blow it up to like and then they're like laying there. Do you know like what is your look? Can I have some Bristol board for this shit? Like they probably like blow it up to like and then they're like laying there. Like that doesn't turn me on. That creeps me out. Like it does. I'm sorry. Like that doesn't turn me on. That creeps me out. Like it does. I'm sorry. I think it's just cause like I don't know. Like if I'm not into you and you're telling me some weird shit, like. I think it's just cause like probably gonna judge. Like if I'm not into you,
or not respond at all.
Oh yeah, or not respond. I think it's just cause like probably men are ew, like literally ew.
Or not respond at all.
Oh yeah, or not respond.
Well, not me anyway.
Everything's about sex with people. Like do you notice that? Like everything is about sex. Oh yeah, or not respond.
Well, not me anyway.
Everything's about sex. We sit around all day riding dicks. Like I don't. The reality of it is, like, my sex life is literally non-existent. People just, like, I don't. On Snapchat, just think I just, like, have sex all the live long day or something.
24/7.
Yeah, just, like, I on Snapchat. I just think I just like reality all day is a long day or something.
Far from that.
Yeah, just like I don't Snapchat. I think I just like yeah, all day is a long day or something. Lame.
Far from that.
Fucking lame. Like
Me too. I don't go out. I don't talk to boobs like you.
Right? I don't either.
Like, go not do tipsy, like, just, I don't go out. Like, pain in the ass. I don't talk to boobs like you. I have to go out.
Right? I don't either.
Like, go not do tipsy, like,
Yep.
just, I don't go out.
I know, I don't like to do that either.
I have to go out.
Right? I don't either. I had to like motivate myself for like 3 hours just to go to Walmart yesterday.
But you get at Walmart.
I had to like motivate myself for like 3 hours just to go to Walmart yesterday. I always go for one thing and I leave with 30. Like it just never fucking fails. Oh, I got like wine glasses. I always go for one thing and I leave with 30. Like it just never fucking fails. Oh, I got like wine glasses. Oh my god, I've done that. I mean, not that specifically, but things. Oh my god, I've done that. I mean, not that specifically, but yeah, I just literally need to go get deodorant. Oh my god, I've done that. Like half the store. I mean, not that specifically, but yeah, I just literally need to go get deodorant. Oh yeah, never fails. Like half the store. I mean, not that specifically, but yeah, I just literally need to go get deodorant. Yeah, never fails. Literally. I mean, not that specifically. Everything. Literally need to go get deodorant. No, I never fails. Literally. Bubbly, bubbly. Bubbly, bubbly. Oh my god, I need to fucking mute that for a second. Bubbly, bubbly. I have like zero gameplay. I'm just sitting on my phone. I'm gonna tweet that I'm live. Live right now doing absolutely nothing. Doing fuck all. I'm gonna tweet that I'm live.
Doing fuck off.
Just doing absolutely nothing. Literally. Doing nothing. Fuck all. I'm gonna tweet that I'm live.
Doing fuck off.
Just doing absolutely nothing. I'm live. I'm live. Twitch. T-W-I-T-C-H. That's not fucking how you spell Twitch. That's how you spell Twitch. My phone, like, it's not fucking how you spell Twitch. Yeah, all the time. T-W-I-T-C-H TV. My phone, like, fucking slash. Yeah, all the time. Oh my god. I can't even type. My phone, like, fucking slash. Tweet. Oh my god. Yeah, like, I type. Oh, I don't even know. Like, the other night I was, like, tweeting Spencer. And it like auto-corrected to the word fucking kinky. Oh, I don't even know. Like the other night I was like tweeting Spencer. What? And like I type fast, right? So I just like hit send, not even looking at it. And I like realized what I did, and I was like, I type fast, right? So I just like hit send, not even looking at it. And I so I had to like quickly correct myself, and I'm like, didn't mean to say that. What? So I had to kinky over here. Correct myself at all. Here's a mess. Sitting in fucking jogging pants. Kinky over here. Correct myself at all. Here's a mess. What? Peanut bone. Jogging pants. Foot up my ass, you know. Fingers in my nose. I just, wiped a bit on the back of the couch. Meanwhile, my Snapchat tells a completely different story. It's like, oh, look at my couch. Meanwhile, my Snapchat tells a completely different story. It's like, oh, look at my couch. Meanwhile, my so the other day, I was in the shower, and when I was out of the shower, I had to let Richard out. So I went downstairs completely fucking naked, and I'm like, oh, it's fine, it's whatever, like, it's like early out of the shower, I had to let Richard out. Give a shit. So, and I mean, it's pretty secluded back there. There's like trees and stuff like that. So I figured that I was fine, so I opened the door wide the fuck open too. Like I didn't just open it a crack. I'm like, just whipped it the fuck open. And there's my neighbor on her back deck, staring back at me. I'm like, just whipped it the fuck open. I'm like, And there's my neighbor. And I literally, like, staring back at me. Ducked down. Like, I shut the door and I ducked down. And I, like, freaked the fuck out. And I, like, ducked down. Like, slithered my way away from the door view. And I, like, booped my ass upstairs. And I was like, ducked down. Like, oh my god. Like, I'm gonna have to move from the door view. Like, I'm gonna need a U-Haul upstairs. And I was like, I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to move from the door view. Like, I'm gonna need a U-Haul upstairs. And I was pretty funny. I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to move. But I'm gonna need a U-Haul. I don't even think I told him. I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to move. But I think I should to my phone. I'm gonna need a U-Haul. I mean, I was hoping that she didn't really see anything, but I think she saw something. But it was just too. I mean, I was hoping that she didn't really see anything, but right, I have boobs everywhere. Basically, I'm just like, oh hey. I mean, hey neighbor! Like no joke. Like that's what I was just like everywhere. Swung the fucking door like wide open. I was just like, hey neighbor! Like no joke. Like that's what I was just like everywhere. Swung the fucking door like wide open. I was just like, hey neighbor! Like no joke. Like that's what I was just like everywhere. Swung the fucking door like wide open. There's like an echo and shit. It's muted now. Fucking noob. I wish someone would get on that I like know that I could play with. I don't know.
No one's on this time besides me and you.
I know. Did you play at all today?
No, I didn't. I had no energy to play at all. I'm like,
I know. I've played one game all day today. Like I suck.
I'm just like, I'm not gonna play it all today. I'm just like,
Yeah, I'm not usually this boring, but
Well, no one's on Twitch at this time of day anyway.
I just really need friends, like I do. I have no fucking friends anymore. Like everybody's gone back to school. Everybody's gotten on with their lives, and I'm just like here looking for people to play League of Legends with, like a weirdo. Be my friend! I have no friends. And my one friend that I do have goes 0-20. So...
Hey, I told you it was gonna be bad.
Okay.
I warned you.
It wasn't bad. It was fucking terrible. No offense, but...
None taken.
It was just absolutely a mess.
That was atrocious.
Yeah. Good evening, beautiful. I hope you're doing well. Hey, how's it going? I am not doing too bad. I'm just like sitting here waiting for somebody to come on that I know so I can hopefully play a game. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, like I don't even think I ever went like 0-20 when I was like a noob. And I still consider myself pretty bad. If I ever fed my team 20 kills, I would just like I think I would uninstall, honestly.
Okay, I get it. I'm bad. I get it.
I'm just kidding. You're not that bad.
At least I got 10 assists, though.
Did you?
Yeah, I went 0-20 and 10. I went 0-20 and 10, so.
Oh. When?
I'll look right now. Hold on. Yeah, 0-20 and 10.
Are you on your computer right now?
I'm on the app.
Oh shit, you got the app?
Mm-hmm. Yep, 0-20 and 10.
Was that a gameplay with me, or was that like a last night's game or something?
That was a couple games ago. That was, actually, hold on. No, 2 days ago, actually. Oh, 22 and 10.
Did you say 22 and 10? What's up, Rob?
Yep.
I'm glad you're here. So I literally just went live to do jack shit. Like, I'm not even playing a game. I'm just sitting here being a weirdo on my computer talking about Chad and his 22 and 10 the other night. Hola, hola, hola. I want to learn how to speak Spanish. Hola, hola, hola.
Hola.
Hola, Dora. Hola, Boots.
Gracias.
Gracias. That's all I know. That's it.
Thank you.
That's where my Spanish stops. Like, I don't even know.
You need Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone. Yes, that's what I need. Rosetta fucking Stone. Oh my god. Rosetta Stone. Let's get some Rosetta Stone. Rosetta. And let's like practice Spanish and like
Just talking Spanish.
I wouldn't even know how like to pronounce the words properly. Like I would just sound stupid.
It's like a broken record.
Like I'd be I can't even talk. So, I can't even speak English, let alone fucking Spanish. But I'd be all up in Mexico, talking my Spanish. They'd be like, what the fuck did she just say? Bitch, I said what I said, okay? So when I was in Cuba, I don't know, like whoever I was with, they were acting a fool. And the local people walk by, like the guys that do like the grass and stuff, they walk by and they're like, they look at us and they're like, loco, and we're just like, I know what that means.
Hello?
What?
My arm hurts.
That's because you need to be in bed. He won't even come in. He's like outside the door. He's like, my arm hurts. He's like, I'm like, that's because you should be in bed. Actually, did I just say my arm hurts? It doesn't. No, we didn't say anything about being stoned. We said Rosetta Stone. I said I want to learn how to speak Spanish. And Chad's like, you should get Rosetta Stone. Mio no comprehende fucking anything.
No bueno.
No bueno. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh my god, so I got Ben or Braxton.
Really big.
Okay, you need to go to bed, please.
Big bee
Where?
behind your computer.
You're lying. There's no bee behind my computer. You're just saying that so I'll freak out and get up. Anyways, so he's like doing everything not to go to bed right now. Anyways, so I got Braxton's brand new bed set last night. It's like so cute. So I bring it home, I set it up, and there's this pillow that comes with it. And it's this little shark pillow. And I was like, oh my god, this is the cutest little shark pillow ever. Yeah, so I go upstairs, shark pillow's nowhere to be found. And I'm like, where's the shark pillow? And he's like, shark pillow's scary. Like, he legit took that shark pillow out of his room. Like, he was just not having any of it. It was the cutest thing ever.
That's funny.
I'm just like, it's a shark. But it does look kind of creepy. Like, it's a pillow. Like, it's a little shark-shaped pillow, but it has, like, this big teeth. Like, I don't even know. Like, it looks like it's going to eat you, literally. Like, it's freaky. Did you see the previews for the new It movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Rob? I actually agree with you on that one. Or maybe get stoned while you're learning it. You might,
That'd be great.
You might process you might absorb the information a little better.
You'll focus more.
You'll speak like mad Spanish when you're high. You'll be like fucking Spanish 101. And then when you're like sober, you won't know jack shit. What the fuck? See what I mean? Patching failed. Like, what does that even mean? It keeps saying some dumb shit.
What, Vegas?
Yeah, like, weirdo.
Like, I thought you were done updating. Come on.
Oh, it's already done some things like 10 times now.
Head ass.
Head ass. Oh, whose name I clicked on? Oopsie. Oh, that's Dave. He's online. Can't you tell that I want you, baby? Yeah. I pretend that I'm glad you went away.
To be honest, if I got high, I'd be really paranoid.
I know just enough Spanish to order a drink and get into a fight. That's cute. That's funny as fuck. That would be me. Or I'd say something stupid and like cause myself to get into a fight because I said something wrong. I'll be like trying to order like a salad, but I'll be like, I want to have sex with your boyfriend. They'll be like, what, bitch? And I'm like, no. I said salad. I swear. I'm just really trying to order a salad with croutons or no croutons. I'm not trying to order your boyfriend. I'm really sorry. Like,
That's funny.
that would happen probably for me.
That's hilarious.
So my dad's French, and he speaks more French than he does English. And if he would have taught me how to speak French when I was little, I would be bilingual right now. But he did not, and I am not. That's all I gotta say about that. But anyways, so we're in Quebec. My dad was not with us. Actually, it was just my mom and my grandfather and my grandmother. And we were actually on our way to Windsor, Ontario. And so I think we were. Because, so we drove down, we went through the States, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. Oh my God, 4 hours. You should go to bed. You're going to be so tired. So anyway, so anyways, we're in Quebec, and we're at this restaurant, and we're trying to order. And my grandfather's like, I don't know, he's trying to order something with potatoes. And the waitress acted like she didn't speak English, but we think she spoke English. So anyway, she was like, whatever, my grandfather ordered whatever.
Hey, hold on, I'm gonna switch up my tab on my phone about today.
So you have to call me back?
Yeah, 2 seconds, hold on.
Cutting me off in my story? I'm not gonna remember it now.
I'll remind you.
Okay, hurry up.
Alright.
Can't you tell that I want you, baby, yeah. You're gonna be so tired, Rob. Why are you up right now? Slow hands, like such a banana, dirty laundry, no. No chance that I'm leaving here without you, I know. Already know that there ain't no stopping. Your plans and those so hands. Hi.
Alright.
Your ex woke you up wanting to fight? Oh, I mean, it's not funny, but it's just funny how you said it. Bed, please, now. Oh, he's like, I'm just getting a drink. 30 minutes later, he's hopping around in the playroom. Like, I go on stream at night because, you know, he's in bed, and I'm like, you know what? It's a safe time to go on. He's in bed sleeping. Yep. No, he's more awake than I am.
My arm's feeling better.
Okay.
So I'm not going to
Anyways,
You're sticking to the story about your grandpa?
so yeah, so he's like, ordered his potatoes or whatever, and then the waitress is like, salad? So we still don't know if that means salad in French or if it meant something else, like, is that all or something, because she kept saying it. She was like, salad? My grandpa's like, no, potatoes. She goes, okay, so salad? And my grandfather's like, no, potatoes. She's like, salad. And my grandmother throws the menu. He's like, okay, salad. It was so funny. My grandmother's dying laughing, and I'm just like, I don't know these people. Like, I just am not a part of this family. And then this one other time. So my grandmother likes to fart a lot. And we were in Sears. Do you know what Sears is? Do you guys have that in the States?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sears. Yeah.
So we're in Sears, me, my dad, and my grandmother. And my grandmother starts farting, okay? And she doesn't just fart, she farts. And, like, you can fucking hear her all the way across the store. So when she starts to, like, she just goes for, like, 5 minutes. And my dad is like, oh my God. And like, we couldn't get out of the aisle fast enough. And it was like filled with people. And everybody's like staring at us. And she's laughing so hard that she's farting even more. And it was just like the worst. And she's like, oh my God, it was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. Okay, and then this other time, so I was on the bus. It was like, I want to say like it was high, maybe junior high. Yes, it was junior high. It wasn't high school. So I was on the bus, and it was wintertime, and it was in the morning, and so the bus driver had the heat fucking cranked, and the bus was packed full of people. So I'm sitting with my friend who... It was like a 2-seater, and we're like sitting towards the back because we're like trying to be cool. And she farted. Okay, and this fart literally smelled like eggs and ass. Like, it was horrible. And I'm just like sitting there, and I'm like, doo-doo-doo. And I'm like, did you fart? And I'm like trying to like be quiet about it because I don't want to like embarrass her. And she's like, what? No. But she's laughing, so I knew it was her. So I'm like, okay, so one or two things is going to happen. Someone's going to fucking think it was me because I'm sitting right next to her, and I'm getting blamed for this fart. So there was this guy. I don't want to name drop just in case he ever sees this stream. Probably not, but you never know. And so there's this guy, he was like one of like, I'm going to say the most, like he was like football, jock, blah, blah, blah. So he gets on the bus and he's walking down the aisle and all of a sudden you can hear, who shit herself? And I was like, oh my God. And he's like, Dawn, did you fart? And like everybody is fucking staring at me. My friend's laughing her ass off because she knew damn well it was her. And I'm like, there's like no fucking, like, no. There's just like, this is it. I'm gonna get blamed for this fart. People are gonna call me the fart girl. Like, it's just gonna be bad. Oh my God, I have a really funny story to tell you. So, okay, so junior high, I had like no boobs. I was like flat as a board, like I'm no joke. So like literally flat as a fucking board. So I go to school and I'm like, sorry, okay. So I go to school and I'm like, I need to stuff my bra. Like, I gotta do this. And so I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, okay? I was like grade 8, maybe grade 9, I don't remember. So I put toilet paper. Yes, that's right, toilet paper. Bunchy ass, crusty ass toilet paper in my bra. I don't know why I thought I was gonna get away with this. So anyways, I had like a padded bra on, so it was like, okay, whatever. This is fine. So I go to school. And I'm looking all hot, you know, I'm just like, you know, like, got boobs, what's up? So, so we had these ramps, because it was wheelchair accessible at our school. So we had these ramps, okay, and they would go, like, I think we had like 3 floors in our school, so these ramps were like pretty fucking big, right? So we're walking, it's the end of the day. I get through the entire day with my boobs. So I'm walking down the ramps at the end of the day. And didn't my toilet paper fall the fuck out from underneath my shirt? And there's 3 floors of people below me who saw this.
Everybody.
And I'm like, where did that come from? Oh, I must have had some Kleenex I forgot about in my pocket. And someone's like, yeah, okay, Dawn, that just fell from your boobs. Don't lie. And I was like, I'm going to have to change schools. Like, I need to go to another school. Like, this is fucking terrible. Needless to say, I don't really think anything ever came of it. Like, nobody really cared. But, like, it was, like, devastating when you're, like, in junior high and you're, like, stuffing your bra trying to look cool. And okay, so there's one time in high school, I literally was, like, so I started dating this guy. Literally, like, the first day of school I saw him, my first day of high school, because, like, I didn't go to junior high with him, so I didn't know him. He came from, like, another school. So it's the first day of school, and I see him, and I'm like, oh, my God, he's so cute. Like, I want to know him. So I went up to his friend, and I was like, I want to know your friend, like, legit. So she was like, okay, well, his name's Jason, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm interested in him. So we started talking, and we started dating. And we dated pretty much, like, the entire year. So his ex-girlfriend, Corinne, was fucking crazy. Like, she was fucking crazy and annoying. So one day, she wanted to fight me. And I'm like, bitch, like, what? I would rather really just eat and watch TV. Like, I'm not trying to fight over no man. So anyway, she bugged me, so I'm like, fine, whatever. Fucking meet me outside, out back, behind the school, after school, whatever. We'll fight, it's on, kick your ass, whatever. I knew damn well I wasn't trying to kick no ass. So anyways, I go outside, and I'm like walking, you know, with my crew. She had her crew, and I thought I looked cool. So my friends were like, let's say we're going to beat this girl. That is it. It is on. Whatever. So I'm walking over to the fight. Didn't I motherfucking slip on some ice? Fall right on my ass, right in front of everybody, outside. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And she starts laughing at me. So I'm like, okay, bitch, I hear you laughing. Okay. So I get up, I walk over, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. And she's like, I don't want to fight you, okay? Him and a hum and a who. I don't remember what was said. We was fucking grade 10. So I'm like, oh my God, girl, really? I just slipped on some ice. I come over here, and now you tell me you don't want to fight. Girl, bye. So she leaves to walk away. Except she didn't walk away. I did. And didn't I fall again? On some motherfucking ice. So that was, like, literally so embarrassing for me because I didn't just fall once, I fell twice. And it was just like, I was just like, really? So I'm going to have to change schools. I'm going to have to get U-Haul and move. Oh, I have some, like, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't, like, I don't know. It was pretty embarrassing at the time. Like, extremely fucking embarrassing. I thought I was cool, too. Like, I'm just like, I'm so cool. Like, I'm just going to go get in my first fight. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, it wasn't awesome. I fell. I broke a butt cheek. And then, like, the next day, we had, like, these riots at our school. And, like, I'm talking, like, huge riots. There was, like, teachers getting smacked with crowbars, and it was horrible. And, yeah, it was terrible. Literally, our school is the reason why there's zero tolerance in the schools now. Because of our school. Cole Harbor District High, look it up. And look up the riots. They were, like, pretty insane. So anyways, so we get 2 weeks off of school for that. So that, I mean, I wasn't complaining because 2 weeks off of school. But it was, like, really, it was fucked up, high school. It's because it was so bad. And when I got back to school 2 weeks later, like, they were so strict. Like, we had a cop with its own office in our school. No joke. So that was something to get used to, along with the zero tolerance policy. So I go back to school, and what the fuck is wrong with this shit? Okay, so I go back to school, and I literally, like, I'm sitting there, and I'm not sitting there, I'm lying. So I'm standing there, and it's like picture time. So we have to get our photo IDs taken. And I'm standing. Yeah, I did. I fell twice. Like, way to look like an idiot. So I'm standing beside the lineup. Like, I'm not in the lineup. I'm just beside the lineup. And my teacher, Mr. McMillan, walks by. Mr. McMillan. Oh, yeah, we tortured him so bad. So anyways, Mr. McMillan walks by. He looks at me. He's like, Dawn, where are you supposed to be right now? And I'm like, in that lineup? And he's like, get to the office. I'm like inches from the lineup, okay? See my phone? Here's the lineup. Here's me standing beside the lineup. So I'm like, okay, go. So I go to the office, and I'm like, I mean, I don't really know what I did, but I'm here apparently. So, yeah. So Mr. McMillan comes trotting down to the office, and he's like, she wasn't where she was supposed to be, and whatever, whatever. I get suspended. Suspended for not being in the lineup. And I was like, is this a joke? And they're like, no, like, we have a really strict zero tolerance policy. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes. Now I have to explain to my mom why I get a vacation for the next 3 days. Like, whatever. So I go home, and I'm suspended, so I'm home for the next couple days. And I'm just going to hang out here, I guess. And my parents are like, what'd you do? I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know. I was supposed to be in a lineup. I wasn't in a lineup. It was a whole thing, but I'm home. Let me just watch TV. Please don't bug me. So that's fine. I go back to school 3 days later. And so this is really immature what I'm about to say, like extremely immature, so don't judge. So my teacher, Mr. McMillan, was a huge pain in the ass. And me and Jason, my boyfriend, both had him as a teacher. Jason was in grade 11. I was in grade 10. But he taught math. So Jason, I don't know, he took, whatever. We had the same teacher. So he had this calendar, and like this big ass calendar sitting on his desk that he would write shit on. And me and Jason were in a fight. So Jason wrote something on the calendar, some sort of profanity about me. Don't really remember what it was. So I saw it, reacted naturally, because I'm a jackass. So I wrote something about Jason on the calendar. So in walks Mr. McMillan, and he says, obviously knew it was me. He knew my writing. And he was like, Dawn? I'm like, yes. He's like, come here.
Yes.
So I'm like, yeah, what's up? And he's like, what is this? And he's like pointing to what I wrote. And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, you don't lie to me. Why did you write that? And I was like, well, because Jason did it first. And he was like, okay, get to the office. Here I go, trotting to the office again. Just getting back to school after being suspended. So I go to the office. Of course, principal's like, what now? And this time I actually had a legitimate reason for being there. I was like, well, so I explained what happened. And lo and behold, suspended again. So I now need to explain to my mom why I'm suspended again for the fucking second time in a week. Literally. Well, it was like I was suspended that week, went back, got suspended. Whatever. I think I had like a weekend in between. So anyways, I go home. I'm in a lot of shit this time because who gets suspended twice in 1 week? Who does that? Like, you'd swear I was like bad or something. I really wasn't that bad. And so I go home, explain to my mom, okay, I got suspended, I'm in trouble, gotta stay home again for another 3 days. So my mom decides she's gonna go to the school, which made it worse, like literally. And so whatever, I don't know what they discussed. So I go back to school a couple days later, here I am. And keep in mind, this is all within like the first 2 months of school because we had the riots happen, I think like 2 weeks after school started. So it was fairly fast into the school year. So 2 weeks off because of riots and 6 days off for getting suspended, all in all. Okay, so fast forward another week. So I go back to school and me and Jason are still me and Jason. And we get into a fight or something. I don't fucking remember now. This was so long ago. So we get into another fight and I don't know. He did something to make me mad. So I'm like walking into the gym. I remember. And he said something to me anyways, really pissed me off. So I pushed him. I literally shoved him, okay? I'm a jackass. I'm in grade 10. I'm a bratty girl. It happens, whatever. Okay. There was literally nobody around. It was just me and Jason. We were arguing, whatever. I shoved him, and the second I laid my hands on him, somebody walked the fuck in those doors and saw me.
Go figure.
What do you think happened?
Suspended again.
Done. Get to the office. So I trot to the office again for the third time. And I get suspended for, what was it? Threats and intimidation, I think. I can't remember what it was, but it was labeled as something. So I wasn't allowed to go to the school dance. Or no. I almost wasn't allowed to go to the school dance. But my principal was lenient, and he was like, it's cool, it's whatever. Him and a hum and a who. So I come back to school thinking I'm allowed to go back to the school dance. The day of the dance, okay? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to get suspended anymore. I'm a good girl. Like, it's fucking, like, I'm literally going to fail this year because, like, I've missed more time than I've been here. So I get back to school. Everything's good. And I'm trying to keep my distance from Jason. So my friends and I had, after school, 1 cigarette between the 4 of us.
Oh boy.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I smoked because I thought I was cool. I don't smoke now. Let me just get that straight. But, so I was like, can I be the one to hold the smoke? Because, you know, I just want to look cool with it after school. So I'm standing there with the smoke, and
You get suspended again?
Yes, but okay, so the principal walks by, and I'm trying to hide it on my sleeve, because I'm like, if he sees this, he's going to take it, and we won't have smoke, and I'm going to get trouble, because I'm not supposed to fucking have these on school grounds. So I hide it up my sleeve, and doesn't it fall the fuck out on the ground? Right in front of literally, right in front of my feet, right in front of the principal.
You have the worst luck.
So he picks it up, and he's like, this is mine now. Come with me. And I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. And my stupid-ass friends, like, they're just like, that's not mine. I don't fucking know where that came from. And I'm just like, you guys are assholes. So I go trotting to the office again for the 4th time. And I get suspended again. This time, I can't go to the dance. And I think it was for like 2 weeks or maybe a week or something. I don't know. And I don't know how my parents dealt with me, honestly. Like, you'd think I was bad, but I really wasn't that bad. But
You had bad luck.
it was kind of bad. Like, I don't know, like, if my kid got suspended that many times, I think I would, like, I'd like, bro, you're going to, like, private school or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, just kind of thinking back about it, I got suspended a lot. But I still did pretty good in school, though. Like, so it wasn't that bad, but, like, damn. But, yeah, I got suspended a lot of fucking times in school. For, like, dumb shit, too. Like, the dumbest shit.
What shit?
I don't even know half the time what I did. I just knew I was in trouble for it.
Probably like, oh, they're done. Probably got suspended again.
Yeah, like, it started getting to the point where people are like, oh, you're actually in school again? Like, are you allowed to be here now? It's like, yeah, bitch. Like, shut up. I was not making a good first impression. Oh my god, I got suspended so many times.
I got my head pushed into a wall, but that's about it.
Aw. Who did that?
I'm an asshole. And it was like great. It was like 6th, 7th grade. Like for no reason at all, I just got my head pushed into the wall.
Do you want to know what Trellis told me? I can't believe I'm gonna say this.
What?
But I gotta tell you.
Just tell me.
I gotta tell you.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Do you do?
Is it about his teacher?
No.
No.
Wait, what about his teacher?
Wait. Just continue with your story, because I'm kind of confused now.
Okay, so he, like, got picked on a lot in school, and there was this
yeah, that's obvious.
There was this one time, I guess, this, like, he fell asleep, and there was, like, these group of guys, that just, like, wanted
Wait, I think I know. Did he get teabagged?
Well, kind of worse, actually, I think.
Oh boy.
I mean, what exactly does teabagged mean? Like, it means when someone puts their nuts on your chin or something? Is that what that means?
On your face, yeah.
Okay, well, no. Like, some guy, according to Trellis, put his dick on Trellis's lip. Like, he woke up to a dick on his lip. Allegedly.
Isn't that weird at all?
Allegedly. And I was like...
That's funny.
I was like... Okay, first of all, why would a guy want to do that to another guy was the question. The huge question mark. And, like, how long was it there for before you woke up? Like, what? That is so weird to me.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
That's fucking weird.
I thought that was the funniest thing ever. I'm just like, dude.
Like, who thinks about something like that? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly. I laughed so hard when he told me that story. Like, I didn't want to, like, because, you know, it was probably very devastating. Like, if it actually, in fact, did happen, it was probably really devastating. Like, I would fucking quit school. Like, I'd literally go into witness protection because I'd be so embarrassed.
I transferred to different schools, but change my name.
I literally would. Like, I would be so fucking, yeah.
Go undercover.
Go undercover.
My name is Bob.
You literally couldn't pay me enough to go back to high school. Like, you could not. Like, high school is brutal.
That, dude.
Yeah. I just wouldn't.
It was so boring.
I want to do, like, what's that movie with, what's her name? Where she goes back to school. Drew Barrymore. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And then she, like, falls in love with her teacher?
Yeah, is it, Never Been Kissed?
Yes. Yes. I would want to do that. Like, I want to go, like, undercover and, like, go back to high school and just kind of see what it's like now. Because, like, thank fucking God, there was no camera phones when I was in high school, because let me just tell you what, some shit would be on the internet. Like, I wasn't crazy. Like, I didn't, like, go to parties and, like, sleep around or anything stupid like that. But, I mean, who's to say, like, what would be circulating? You know what I mean? Like, we did some dumb shit. Like, my friends and I did some dumb shit. So I can
Didn't you get caught by the cops when you're driving or something? Did you get pulled over?
I sure did. I was at...
Did you have your license or anything?
No, I didn't have my license at the time. I was 17, and I was like, maybe I was 18, I don't remember. And I went to a party, like, and there was, like, so many of us. Like, there were so many people, we had to rent 2 hotel rooms side by side. So we go to this party, and it was lit. Like, it was a lot of fun. And we ended up getting kicked out of the party. So and at this time, like, I was literally the only one who wasn't drinking, because I didn't drink. So I was completely sober, and we had 2 vehicles, literally more than 2 carloads of people. Like, I don't know how we crammed everybody in, but we did. And
like a clown car?
Everybody was drunk but me. So I took it upon myself to drive my friend Jared's car that he had just gotten that day. Unbeknownst to me, it was not registered. It did not have insurance. It just, like, it was whatever. So I didn't know all this. All I knew was I didn't have a license. I'm going to get behind the wheel anyways because I'm not drinking. And I'm sure as hell not walking home because it's like a half-hour drive. So we get into the car. And I don't know, Ian was driving his car, and he was hammered. It was, like, just all bad. And I was driving Jared's carload of people. Ian had a carload of people. So, and it was the middle of the night. So we figured, you know what? There's hardly any cars on the road. We're probably going to get home safe. It's whatever. So we get home, and like I said, it's about at least a half-an-hour drive. So we get to, like, literally close to where we were going, and there's a roadblock. So,
oh boy.
So basically we were at a 4-way stop. So you could either go straight, left, right, and whatever. So obviously you know that. So the roadblock was straight ahead. So we're like, okay, we're going to go right. Yeah, right. I had to think. Okay, so we're going to go right and avoid this stupid ass roadblock. So as soon as we turned right, we looked suspicious as fuck. The cops turned on their sirens, and all of them came after us. So we were like, oh fuck. So I knew I was going to be in a shitload of trouble because I didn't have a license, and I didn't even have a seatbelt on. And
that's nice.
And I didn't even know the car wasn't registered or insured. So that was a fun little surprise. So the cop comes up to the window and he goes, can I have your registration and insurance and your driver's license? And I started bawling. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I don't have any of that. And he was like, come with me. So I get out of the car and I go in the back of the police car. This is like my first time probably ever in a cop car. So I get in the car and I'm sitting there and I'm like bawling my eyes out. He's like, what's the story? And I was like, well, honestly, I'm just going to give it to you straight. Everyone was drinking except for me. We were at a party. We got kicked out because we were being too loud. And I took it upon myself to drive because I was not getting behind the wheel of someone who's drinking. And he knew where we were, so he knew how far it was and like how long the drive was. So he says to me this one. He looks at me, he goes, do you realize I can fine you $5,000 worth of fines right now? Or over. No, it was $3,000. Over $3,000. And I started bawling even harder. And I was like, my dad's gonna like kill me. Like, that's it. So he looks at me and he goes, you know what? I'm going to let you walk away with a no seatbelt fine, which was $274.75. I will not forget that number. So I literally, like, I was just, like, amazed. And, oh, how's it going, Josh? I didn't even see your message. How's it going, sweetheart? So I literally was like, I said, and I was still a good, I'm going to say at least a 10-minute drive from my house from where I was. So it would have took me at least 2 hours to to walk home. So not only did the cop let me off on pretty much everything, he drove me home, left everybody else standing on the side of the road. So I get home, and about 2 hours later, I get a knock on the door, and all my friends that I had left behind to get a drive home show up at my door. And they're pissed because they had to walk. And I'm like, okay, let me just tell you that I just got stuck with a fine for driving your stupid ass car while you walked away with nothing, and you're bitching at me because you had to walk here. Bitch, bye. So that was that. So I'm like, okay, well, I gotta hide this from my parents because, you know, I just do. Like, I'm gonna get in shit. So I don't know how I was planning on hiding this ticket. Like, I have no idea. Because my grandmother's Miss Nosebags. Like, literally, like, gets into everything. So I'm sitting in my room one day, and my grandmother comes in, and she's like, your dad paid your fine for you. And I'm like, what fine? And she's like, yeah, don't act stupid. You know what fine. She's like, and just so you know, that's your Christmas present, so don't ask for anything else. I was like, okay. So, fine got paid, didn't get in trouble with the law, so it was all in all, it could have went a lot worse. So, yep, that was my one and only time with the law experience, with breaking the law, I should say. I was scared. Oh man, I was like, this is it. Like, I'm done. If I go home with $3,000 in fines, I'm fucked. Probably gonna get sent to an all-girls school at this point. Like, I'm gonna be in a lot of fucking trouble. But I didn't get in trouble, and my dad paid the fine, so it all worked out.
You're lucky.
I'm super lucky. I've done some shit.
Yeah.
Some shit.
Yeah. We've all done some shit.
Yeah, it was some fun times, that's for sure. It's funny too because my best friend growing up, we literally did everything together, like inseparable, and she was present for a lot of the stupid shit that I've done. And she has a daughter now who's a teenager, and it's really funny because I was like, my friend's sister, I'm friends with as well, and I saw her post on Facebook today, or yesterday, I guess, saying that she was going to do my friend's daughter's hair. And I just was like, so I looked at my friend's daughter's pictures, and I was like, holy shit, she looks like Janet. Like, my friend Janet, who I grew up with, was best friends with her daughter Morgan. Literally looks like Janet spit her out. Like, she's identical. And it was funny because a couple years ago, Janet was telling me that Morgan is literally following the same path Janet did. She's into boys, she's doing whatever. And I'm just like, oh my God, flashbacks to when we were that age. Like, we have so many memories together. It's unreal.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. It's just, it's kind of like, I don't know, like her mom always used to say, you know, I hope you have a kid one day who does half as much shit as you do. Like, I hope you do. And here we are, fucking 20 years later, and Janet's got a daughter that looks just like her. I think it's hilarious. But
Karma's a bitch.
So there was this one time we met these guys, and I don't know, my parents took us somewhere. We're at their friend's house, and we were just hanging out in the neighborhood. We didn't know anyone. So there was these guys, and they were cute. I think we were like maybe grade 8, I want to say. So their name was Jonathan and Charles, and me and Janet used to... Jonathan and Charles. Me and Janet used to lie about our name for some fucked up reason. I couldn't even to this day tell you why we used to do that, but we did. So we met them, and we, I don't know, hit it off, started hanging out with them, and they were like, so what's your name? And I'm like, I'm Nicole, and Janet was Amy. Literally, like, we went by these aliases for so long before anybody knew those were not our names. So Janet, so we ended up, like, dating these guys. Like, I dated Jonathan for, like, a while, actually. And the whole time he thought my name was fucking Nicole. So they would call our houses all the time. And my mom was actually pretty cool. She went along with it. So one day, I don't know who it was, one of the guys called Janet's house. They're like, hi, is Amy there? And Janet's mom knew that we're lying about our names, but she obviously wasn't as cool about it as my mom was. And she was like, so they're like, hi, is Amy there? And Janet's mom goes, Janet, phone! So Janet gets to the phone, and they're like, who's Janet? She's like, so she has to lie. She's like, oh, that's my cousin. And I literally think we went like a good year with them thinking our names were fucking Nicole and Amy. Like, it was the funniest thing ever. Yeah. I was a weird ass kid. I don't know why I did that.
Janet phone.
Janet! Hi, is Amy there? Yeah, just a minute. Janet! Like, I don't even remember how she got out of that. I think she said it was her cousin or something like that. Oh, that's my cousin. I don't fucking remember, but...
That's too funny.
And oh my God, so when I met my friend Alicia for the very first time in person, we actually, funny story, that boyfriend that thought my name was Amy, or Nicole, sorry, that he ended up meeting my friend Alicia and hung out with her. I didn't know her then. I was like, I just knew he was hanging out with some bitch from Sackville. So... we ended up exchanging numbers somehow. Me and her ended up talking. Like, I don't fucking know how, but we did. And we hated each other. But it was weird because we hated each other, but we talked to each other for hours on the phone. So we ended up becoming friends, oddly enough. Like, we had like a love-hate relationship. It was so bizarre. So I remember, so we talked, and we talked for quite a while. And then we're like, okay, we're gonna meet in person. My mom is going to drive me to the mall. Your dad's going to drive me to the mall. We're going to meet there, and then we're going to go back to your place and have a sleepover. We were going to Alicia's. So me and Jason were broke up at the time, my high school boyfriend that I got suspended for. We were broke up at the time. So it was like Valentine's Day, I think, or like close to it, and I broke up with him. Yeah, I was an asshole. So anyway, so I go to Alicia's house for the weekend, and we were just doing our thing. I don't remember what. We were just getting into shit and just being girls. So we decided that we were going to prank call Jason all night long. So, do you know the song This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan?
Yep.
Okay, well, at the beginning of that song, there's talking because it sounds like they're at a party.
Yep.
And so we play the beginning of the song, and we would call Jason's house and act like we were at a party just to make him jealous. And so literally we'd have like maybe 10 to 15 seconds of this party chat in the background, and be like, oh hey, I can't talk, I'm at a party. And then we'd have like the fan blowing in the phone to make it sound like it's like windy and shit. So, oh yeah, like you name it, we did it. So we're calling, and Alicia had this tape, okay, of somebody had recorded some bullshit on her answer machine, so she saved it, and this is literally what we used to call people and play into their phones. So it went a little something like, hi, this is Aqua Andy. I just want to extend an invitation to come to, what the fuck was it, the Aqua Club. And they're like, we meet Wednesday nights, goldfish available at the door, but bring your own bowl. So we're calling Jason's house, okay, and it's like 3 a.m. So his brother picks up. He's like, hello? Hi, this is Aqua Andy, and we're calling to invite you to the Aqua Club. Goldfish available at the door, bring your own bowl. And he's like, who the fuck is this? So we're dying laughing. It was funny. Like, it was funny as fuck. So anyways, he hangs up. So Alicia had this other, I don't know, recording. So we call back. It's about, I don't know, 3:30 in the morning. Ring, ring. Hello? I want to stick my finger in your love hole. And I'm like, laughing so hard. We're trying to mute the phone. And Jason's like, or Jason's brother's like, you want a what? And so she replays it. He's like, I want to stick my finger in your love hole. So Jason's mom picks up the phone, okay? She's like, who is this? Calling my house at 3 a.m. I want to stick my finger in your love hole. So it was funny. Like, we thought we were the funniest things ever. Like, we just, oh my God. So at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I don't fucking remember. We're still going all night long. So we call again. And Jason's brother picks up. Hello? Yes, this is Gladys from the pharmacy. We just want to call and let you know that your rash medicine is in. Oh, and your, what was it? I think it was like the dildo that you ordered is in, but we could only get it in pink or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was funny as fuck. So, at this point, they're pissed. Like, they're pissed. We're calling their house. It's the middle of the night. So, we go to bed. And the next morning, bright and early. Keep in mind, this is the first time we've ever hung out in person, okay? So, bright and early, the next morning, the cops are at Alicia's door. And we got in so much shit. We almost got charged. Literally almost got charged with harassment. We were like 15 years old. Like, we didn't know what we were doing. And back then, like, I don't even think there was call block. Like, I don't even know if you could do that.
No, there wasn't.
So the cops traced it back to Alicia's house, and we literally almost, I don't know how we got out of it. I don't remember. Alicia's dad was fucking pissed. Like, pissed. Alicia was grounded, I think, for like 2 weeks from the phone. I don't even think I got grounded though. Like, my mom didn't even care. She was just like, whatevs. So,
Yeah, that happens.
we were bad. I was an asshole when I was younger.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's hilarious.
So,
I want to stick my finger in your love hole.
I want to stick my finger in your love hole. Yeah, it was really bad. I want to stick my finger in your love hole.
Fuck, that's hilarious.
In your love, what the fuck? In your love hole. To his mom, too. Like, his mom's like, hello. He's calling my house at 3 a.m.
Fuck, that's hilarious.
I want to stick my finger in your love hole. To his mom, too. Like, his mom's like, hello. He's calling my house at
Fucking
3 a.m.
hilarious. Fuck.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Oh, yeah, I'm full of stories, that's for sure. Story time, bitches! Never a dull moment in my life. No. Back then, though, like, I did some shit. I was on the go a lot back then. I was a little, like, social butterfly. And now, like, I'm lucky if I leave my house to go to Walmart. I don't even like to do that. I was super social back then, though.
Too much bullshit at Walmart. Like,
I know. I had friends. I went places. People thought I was cool for a minute. For a minute. Yeah. Did some shit. But it wasn't even that bad, though. Like, I wasn't a bad kid. And, like, if you ask my parents now, like, you'd swear I was a gang affiliate. Like, that's how, like, seriously, like, they're just like, oh my god, you remember the time you ran away from boomerangs? And I'm just like, why are we bringing this up? Like, I think I was, like, fucking 14. Yeah, I, like, that Jonathan guy, again, when I was dating him, my parents wouldn't let me see him a whole lot, so I convinced my Uncle Percy to drive me and Janet to Boomerangs, which is like, it was like an arcade, like, video game place or whatever. So I'm like, can you just drive us there, and we're just gonna hang out for a minute, and, you know, just wait in the car, we'll be back. So I don't know what he did. I think they, like, drove around or did something. So Jonathan and them met us there, and we, like, left, booked our asses with Jonathan and Charles, and we ended up literally walking the entire night, because, like, we had nowhere to go. And then finally, we were at Jonathan's parents' house, and we're just chilling in the basement, and the cops show up at the door with my parents. They're like, you need it. Yeah, I was in trouble. I was bad, I guess, yeah. And literally, like, Uncle Percy, God love him, he's not here anymore, but he, like, every time I would see him, do you remember the time you ran away at Boomerangs? And I'm just, good night, Bentley. I love you. Bedtime.
He's still awake? Holy shit.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my god.
I broke my ankle trying to run down the stairs because so at my so my grandmother and my Uncle Percy, they were brother and sister, and they lived my grandmother still lives there, but they live in a really nice condo building. Yes, and then up to bed, please. What's your question? Okay, I will get you one in a minute. So anyways.
Can you get me a cookie?
Yes. Okay, so anyways, so they live in this really nice condo building with a...
Can you get me some pretzel toast?
Good night, Bentley. Anyways, he wants literally the whole house right now, and, like, I'm trying to ignore him because he needs to go to bed. And if I, like, feed into it, then he'll be up for another hour. So, anyways, I've already tucked him in, like, 4 times. Like, I'm not joking. And read, like, 8 stories. So, thinking that he'd go to bed. Yeah, he did not go to bed. Anyways, so they had this really nice lobby in their condo building. And we were not supposed to play. I was a teenager. Like, who plays? We weren't supposed to be in there. So, I was in there, me and my cousin. And the guys that we were hanging out with fucking destroyed the front lobby. And my freaking cousin goes upstairs and rats us out. I don't know why she did this, but she rats us out, and so I'm up there with her. And so I knew I was going to get in a lot of trouble, so I booked my ass. And Uncle Percy was on his way down in the elevator, so I booked my fucking ass down those stairs to get to that lobby so I could clean it up. And I'm like, Uncle Percy's old. Like, he's going to take a long ass time to get down there. Like, he's old. So, yeah, I broke my ankle running down the stairs, and I was in so much pain. Like, unbelievably. Like,
oh, God.
You just don't even know. So I'm, like, bawling my eyes out, and Uncle Percy's in the lobby at this point, like, observing this mess. And he sees it, and he's pissed. And here I am bawling, Uncle Percy, I think I broke my leg. Or my ankle. He's like, I don't care. Clean this mess up. And I was like, okay. So I got in so much shit. So then, like, I don't know how long after that, me and my cousin, we're on my grandmother's balcony. And there was some workers doing some, like, work, I don't know, like, below my grandmother's balcony. So me and my cousin Shalee, same cousin that ratted us out for the lobby, we were spitting grapes onto the workers' heads. And I don't know why we were doing this. I have no idea why we were doing this. And all of a sudden, the doorbell rings.
Oh boy.
And my grandmother answers it. And she's like, "Hi, can I help you?" You know, innocent old lady. And these workers are like, "Who's spitting grapes on our heads from your balcony?" And my grandmother's like, "Dawn, Shalee, get your asses in here now." Oh my God. So we had to clean up the grapes. We had to apologize to the workers who were spitting grapes on their heads. Why was I an idiot? I don't understand myself. Like, I spit grapes on people's fucking heads.
Because you were bored and nothing else to do.
Like, man.
That's funny.
I don't know why on earth I thought, like, who thought that was a great idea? Like, which one of us came up with that?
Probably Shalee.
Probably Shalee. My parents, they used to, like, not my parents, but my grandparents. So there was 3 grandkids. There was me, Brent, and Shalee. Brent and Shalee were brother and sister. And their parents, their dad was my mom's brother. So we were, like, inseparable growing up. Like, we were around each other all the time. And we always used to do these skits. We would, like, make up songs and dances and, like, perform them for the family, basically. And my parents, my grandmother, would always used to make us do Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So we'd have to, like, rap the song. What happened?
Call dropped.
Oh. Did you hear any of what I just said?
No.
Oh. I said that my grandmother and them always used to make us do, like, these skits and songs. So they would, like, make us do the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So we would have to, like, sing it and rap it and, like, do a dance at the same time. And, like, literally they would make us perform all the time. I remember my first time, we were watching, like, Much Music, and I remember the first time Jay-Z's name came on the screen, and I was like, "Who's Jay-Z?" And my cousin laughed her ass off at me. She was like, "Do you mean Jay-Z?" And I was like, "No, Jay-Z. It says Jay-Z." It was so funny. I was so dumb. Like, literally, I was so dumb.
That's funny. Who's Jay-Z?
Who's Jay-Z? I used to, like, listen to country growing up. I did not listen to rap music.
Same. That's all I used to listen to it. All I still listen to is country.
So I, like, literally learned the words to No Diggity just so I could impress, like, Alicia. Because, like, she listened to rap and I listened to country. So I'm like, I'm going to learn the words to No Diggity. And I'm just going to, like, sing it when we're on the phone next time just to make it look like I already knew it. Yeah. I don't remember how that went. Probably a disaster. But...
Oh, God. That's funny.
You know what's really funny?
What?
When we first turned 19, because in Alberta, you have to be 18 to get into the bars. In the States, it's 21. And in Nova Scotia, where I'm from, it's 19. So when we turned 19, we would go to the Palace, which is, like, one of the biggest bars in Halifax, Nova Scotia. There's the Liquor Dome, and there's the Palace. And so we started going to the Palace, and there was these cages that you could dance in, where you're, like, above the dance floor, and, like, everybody's looking up at you dancing. So Alicia became really good friends with the DJ at the bar, so he always used to let us go in these fucking cages and dance. So people thought that we were, like, the greatest thing, and we were just dancing and whatever. Like, we'd have our, like, tiny skirts on and just be hoeing, basically. Like, we'd be little hoes. So, I mean, we were just dancing. Like, we weren't really doing anything wrong. So we were, like, dancing, and then all of a sudden, so after the bar closed, they were closed at 3:30 a.m., and then there was this place called Pizza Corner that everybody used to hang out after the bar. And everyone used to hang out there. So we would go, and we were standing in Civilian Pizza, and all of a sudden, these guys started banging on the window. And they're like, "We love you!" And people were, like, literally screaming at us. Like, we had a fan club because people thought we were professional cage dancers. Oh, boy. We took that and we ran with it. we literally told everybody we were professional cage dancers for the Palace. Like, everybody believed us. It was hilarious. And we were at her friend's house one night. We were getting ready to go to the bar, and, like, these girls showed up, and we don't know who they were. They were just, like, friends of the guys who, like, was at the house we were at. And they're like, oh, hey, like, who are you? We're like, oh, hi, we're Alicia and Dawn. We're professional cage dancers for the Palace. It was so funny, and everyone believed us. And we had, like, a fan club. Literally had a fan club established. It was quite cute. So even back before social media, I had followers.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. But yeah, it was quite funny. Quite funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was a little charmer.
Mm-hmm.
I was so nappy back then. Like the shit that I would wear and like my hair and stuff. Like me and Alicia like talked about that like a few years ago when we were just like Bentley, bed please. We were like, the stuff that we used to wear, like, what were we thinking? Like, she would wear pleather pants, okay? Who wears pleather pants? Do you know what pleather pants are? They're fake leather pants. They're called pleather pants. And
oh, God.
yeah, like, and I would wear sneaker shoes, like skirts and sneaker shoes, like. Oh my God, she was like, what are you wearing on your feet? Like, she would make fun of my sneaker shoes. Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
I know. Fuck, I'm so glad social media wasn't around back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You'd be in a lot of shit now if social media was around back then. You'd be in a lot of shit.
I don't know how this ended up happening, but like we got on the VIP list at the bar. Like I don't know how it happened, but like literally we didn't have to wait in the lineups. Like after a while, like we just became like we didn't have to wait in lineups. Like we just got right in. I don't even know how it happened. Like we weren't cool. Like we literally we weren't. But people just thought we were. Like we were literally two 19-year-old girls that just started going to the bar because they were of age, and that was it. But everybody just thought, like, we were something. Like, literally. Oh my God, so Alicia, we went to this party one time after the bar, and it was a setup for Alicia, and we didn't know. And, because there was a girl there, her ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend wanted to beat her up. So, I ended up driving someone else's car because they were drinking, so I drove his car to the party. And Alicia drove her own car with a bunch of people. And I get there, like we got lost, me and the guy that I was with, and so we get there. Oh, like a little while after Alicia shows up. Alicia goes like by herself with her friends that are in the car with her, and she ended up like walking into the house, getting confronted by this girl, getting chased out of the house, basically getting in her car, trying to back out really fast and fucking backs right into a snowbank. So oh yeah, so she's stuck in said snowbank when I pull up, and this girl's trying to drag her out of the car, and I'm like, what is going on? So the guy that was in the car with me, he goes, oh my God, that's so-and-so's ex-girlfriend, like she's probably gonna fucking beat the shit out of Alicia. I don't want to name drop because I'm live right now. So I'm like, that's fine, whatever, like that's not cool. So I like get in the car with Alicia, and I'm like, dude, like, are you okay? Like, she has like a bunch of guys at this point trying to get her out of the snowbank. So anyway, so the girl manages to get in the car. So she's in the back seat of Alicia's car yelling and screaming at her. Nothing ended up happening, thank fuck. And me and Alicia end up getting out of there fine. But like, that was a scary moment. Like, that was scary for me, and I didn't even know these people. Like, this girl wasn't trying to beat me up, and I was still scared. And Alicia backs into a snowbank. I'm just like, girl. Yeah, it was pretty intense, that's for sure.